Do you sometimes struggle with saying no to people? Feeling guilty or thinking that they might view you as mean or rude for rejecting whatever request that they have? Because I know I did. And knowing the mere fact that you clicked on a video on how to say no, then in that case, the first step I'm going to tell you will be very useful to you in leveling up your skill of rejection. So the first step requires you to be selfish. So I'm just going to tell you this right away. You can't help everyone if you can't help yourself. It's common sense. Oftentimes we'll have these one-off requests from people asking us to hang out or invite us to events, to do favors for them, or even conversations. And bro, this could be from anything ranging from work, family, friends, or even relationships. But being bombarded by all these one-off things can derail you from the really big thing that really matters the most. Because when you say yes to anything that shows up, you say yes to anything and everything that doesn't align with what you want. So basically, you're disrespecting yourself, straight up. Because the thing we tend to undermine is that just by responding to unimportant stuff takes away from your time, attention, and energy that could be poured into something else. Now, if you're similar to me, it's safe to assume that you want to be ultra productive, successful, and make a fuck ton of progress in your self-improvement journey, which is commendable, and I like myself. So if you're similar to me, might as well subscribe. Join the gang. You know what I'm saying? So in order to be more in alignment with your potential, you honestly need to become more fucking valuable and offer value to others, which requires, again, time, attention, energy on things that matter the most. But when you're always saying yes to small, minuscule stuff, it's almost like damn near impossible to not feel some level of resentment towards doing so, because you already have too much on your plate right now. And it's honestly inauthentic and fake, because you know deep down that you won't be fully present or enjoying yourself as much as you could have if you actually did want to do the thing you're participating in or being asked up to participate in. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you that nobody else is going to tell you. It's not your obligation or responsibility to do that. Now, does that mean being an obnoxious asshole when someone hits you up? No. But if you know that there's something important that you have to do, and you know that inferior thing doesn't impact you in any capacity or serves a purpose to you, especially in the grind period where you have to like lock in and not fuck up things for future you, say no to it. And so by doing so, I'm gonna let you know that there's one of three responses that you're gonna get when you start saying no to people. The first is like when someone is whining or bad mouthing you, which is called like the bitch response. This basically comes from both guys and girls. You expect this from girls more often, but more guys are acting feminine nowadays, but that's a whole different topic. And it basically comes from a position where they'll double text you, blast your phone, and cry and try to reel you back in by calling you fake. And some even go into extreme lengths by threatening to ruin your life or unalive themselves when they acted a certain way that you didn't like, but now that you have the balls or ovaries, for any female viewers watching, to leave them. And that's where they start having this act of like, they'll use whatever manipulation tactic they can think of to make you feel bad to reel you back in. And bro, don't fall for that trap, because that's manipulative as fuck. And these people tend to have a strong entitlement to your time, energy, and attention for God knows what reason. And this could be a potential friend or a potential girl that you've been talking to. And I just tell you to let them go, because you guys were never compatible to begin with. And I'm not just talking in terms of the relation, I'm talking about friendships as well. And honestly, I don't respect people that act like that, and neither should you. And don't even have the thought or the idea of entertaining that or putting up with it in any way, shape, or form, especially in a responsive manner, because that's simply just telling me you don't respect yourself. And if you do act on it, that's just telling me it's coming from a place of fear of rejection or abandonment. So if that's the case, I'll probably make a video on that, to be honest. But for right now, I'm just gonna give you reassurance that whoever you say no to that was offended by it, that's fine, because when you do so, naturally you attract better people into your life that'll actually complement it and help increase the quality of your life once you level up the skill of rejection. I just want to let you know that. And then the second response you're likely to get after getting like the bitch like response is the nonchalant, I don't really care if you're gone type of attitude from these specific subgroup of people. Like I mentioned before, these types will be very nonchalant and leave since you'll never hear from them again. And when you get that type of response alone, that lets you know that you should have left months, like days, like years ago, however long you stayed. Because to be honest, they never really valued you like that. So y'all just go your separate ways. And that's completely fine. And then the last response you're gonna get is what I specifically like to call the healthy, transparent response. So when you say no to these people, they'll be slightly hurt, but unlike the extreme or nonchalant responses, they'll understand why you need to go. And these types of people have a keen, good understanding. They have priorities or important things to do that's important or should be important to you. So they'll just do their own thing on the side and wait for you when you're finally available. And honestly, I like those people a lot. In fact, I'm actually talking to a girl like that. Such a cutie, man. And to be honest, these types of people have my utmost respect, because just speaking from my perspective mostly, and you could probably relate to this too, I like people who don't feel as though they're entitled to you, because I've dealt with that a lot of the times. This is back when I didn't really have much respect for myself. I was a pussy and all that other shit. But now, like, leveling up my levels of saying no, I attract people who are more understanding. I'm hoping you can do the same for yourself too, because those people are actually wonderful people to talk to or be around. But you can only attract those people once you prioritize the things that matter. And here's a secret: these people will still be in your life. I don't know why I'm whispering, but these people will still be in your life and benefit from the value you can bring them. That could be a potential motivating factor to seeing no as more of a good thing. Because again, if you don't have enough value to give to others and you keep giving into saying yes, it will inevitably come at your own expense and progress. In fact, you couldn't even blame them, because at that point, they're just gonna automatically assume that you already have all the free time in the world to give, but instead should be saying no, no, no. You feel what I'm saying? That was kind of zesty, I ain't gonna lie. Put that finger down. Imagine super successful people like Alex Hormozy, Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, or hell, even someone as old as Warren Buffett or Muhammad Ali. These people have very busy schedules that are already pre-planned and determined. So if they're gonna do something at a certain time, they're gonna do it. And here's an epiphany or an argument a lot of people will have to saying no to things. Oh, Noah, what about family obligations? What about my mom telling me to do this and all that other stuff? I'm just gonna let you know that there's no such thing as family obligations or any other artificial obligations that you have to follow. And with these people, there's no such thing as family obligations, especially with Alex Hormozy. And I know some are gonna see that as weird or too extreme, but bro, the entire premise of this video is seen as weird. Rejecting people is seen as weird. Hence why this video exists in the first fucking place. And I have to cuss right there, because bro, like, why are you trying to think of objectifying, disqualifying, excuses? Because they are excuses and arguments for things to distract you. And if you are that type of person that's gonna make excuses and arguments for things to violate your potential and distract you no matter what it is, because you know, obligations, all that, then this video is probably not for you. I'm sorry, bro. I had to get mad right there, because these be the same people that be like, oh, but that's mean, that's rude. Oh, what if they like, shut up, shut it. You have to be a little extreme and selfish in the first place to even get on the level of the elite important people, especially in the beginning when, again, you don't have much to offer and you quite literally can't afford to fuck up your progress. You can't. Neither do any other successful people. And I want to say one of my favorite quotes from Warren Buffett. And he once said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Think about it. Every time you make an increment of progress in your life, people are going to hit you up because of it. I know for a fact, because it's happened to me. They're not going anywhere. Otherwise, if you stopped working on yourself and not knowing what your priorities are, you wouldn't see them hit you up as much. So just keep doing shit. Just keep doing it. And keep doing it till point to where you're at a good stage in your life to give back to others. So that means saying a little bit of yeses on the side. That won't be a huge detriment to you, because at that point you would have already built yourself up to be a person that has all his or her shit together. So just giving someone a bit of your energy wouldn't be much of a problem. So don't feel bad for saying no right now, because the more you're able to help yourself out, you can help others in the long term. And just an interesting fact I want to tell you real quick, bro, I just learned how to reject people more often this year. And I'm 20 right now. I've struggled with saying no for most of my life, especially in Boston, where like people will always be on your case, always asking you what's the word. But once I knew what my priorities were, and that's YouTube, gym, and business, those three things, everyone else that doesn't align with that gets cut out. Or the people I still feel as though are important to my life and that complement it, I always get back to them later, because these people are important. They're not going anywhere. But what will go missing or go away is the opportunities you could create for yourself. And bro, even if you don't know 100% where your priorities are, still say no to small favors and small things, because more than likely it won't be worth your time. And assume it won't, because that will navigate you into finding clarity on what your priorities are the more you filter out all the unimportant shit. Because the interesting thing about important and successful people is that they value their time and attention. Like bro, ask yourself this question: do you think majorly successful people will respond to minuscule that doesn't serve them? No. Like bro, look at what Muhammad Ali said that kept him disciplined and at the top.
The central part of your training, is it running? Is it sparring?
Is dodging the nightclubs and the parties and the girls, and being in the bed by yourself at 9 o'clock at night.
That's really all you have to do to win. Say no. If you really want to live up to your potential and not disrespect yourself, you're gonna have to align with what future you would want. And here's a mind frame to help you navigate through this. Think of it in a way as if future you is watching your every move to make sure you don't fuck him or her up later on in life. And the reason I mention this is very simple, honestly, because when you have a high emotional resonance to not, be this certain type of individual or have this certain type of identity of a submissive yes man that says yes to anything and everything, putting your needs below others, naturally, and I think this is just human nature, this is just my headcanon, people don't respect that, nor should they, because you don't respect yourself behaving in that manner. You have very limited time, and time is frankly the only thing that you own. So in order to thrive, you gotta let other people's perceptions and dreams of you die. And I know for a fact some of you guys are probably gonna have family or old friends trying to impose their best version of you that best suits them to make them happy. But let's be honest, bro, that's not truly what you want. You have to literally almost in like a ruthless way do what you need to do that's gonna benefit you in the long run. And as a byproduct of doing that, it's gonna benefit them. They might not like it now, and I get it, like they want you to be safe, they want you to like be around them or some shit, but they'll thank you for that later on. And if they're still against you for going out and carving your own path to success, forget them. This is assuming it's coming from a place from where they're trying to control your life, almost from like a malicious intent, you know what I mean? But obviously I know that there's families and friends out there that mean well and obviously want the best for you, so they'll probably be a little risk adverse. Those people you shouldn't be like, fuck you too. Those people actually genuinely do care. And honestly, you should probably try to strive to be great for the sake of those people and yourself, but don't do it at the expense of your own dreams, ideal future, and reality. Still say no to their perceptions of you and do what you must do. And ways you could say no is like, you can say things like nah, or maybe some other time when I'm free. Then after you're done with whatever and at a good stage where you can afford to give some time away, then just go ahead. Because at that point, you'll actually be more present and capable of enjoying yourself with them without having anything linger in the back of your mind about work or anything else. So all in all, put yourself first until you're finally able to cater to the needs of others. Saying no won't be so difficult for you to say because you'll know what's important to you and what's not. And not just that, bro, you're gonna be less tolerant of BS because you will value your time and attention far more serious than you do now. At that point, you will take that and compare it to the average Joe that says yes to anything, like, for example, a cheating ex. You guys could probably relate to this. I never had a girlfriend, surprisingly. I know this happens a lot in relationships where like the average Joe will accept a cheating ex back into their life, resulting in them having like makeup sex because they had that little cute makeup and apology, and then later on down the line, the same shit repeats itself because you said yes to taking them back. And it results in them not respecting you just from the mere fact that you said yes. Versus if you stood on business, I think that's what people be saying nowadays. I felt so cool saying that. I ain't gonna lie. Business. And meant what you said by saying no to them. Cause I'm gonna say something super cliche that you probably heard millions of times, but bro, whether it be in business, relationships, friendships, actions speak louder than words. So if someone's doing something that you initially don't like or have a problem with, just say no. I kind of went on a tangent there, but that's the basic premise of saying no and letting your actions follow. And guess what? People tend to respect individuals that don't play shit with their time and have the words that align with their actions. So no literally means no. So all in all, just have some respect for yourself by learning how to say no to people. If you truly really want to level up yourself, this is like the basic level skill that you need to adopt and have. And again, I'm gonna mention it for the final time. Some people may not like it, but f them. Others may not care. Let them go. And others probably will likely be upset to some degree, but here's the thing, they're likely to understand and it will benefit you and that person in the long run. The more no's you give rather than yeses. That's all you need to do to win, and watch as your success compounds from doing this. I love clapping my hands, bro. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys. Peace.